Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be unboxing and doing a hands-on review of the Vivo T2. Now this phone in India is available in two variants. Base variant is priced at 19,000 rupees and it comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 21,000 rupees and it comes with 8GB of RAM and the same 128GB of storage. By the way, there is an ICICI Bank offer going on which gives you around 1500 rupees instant discount. So if you are planning to buy it soon and get the instant discount. By the way, this phone is available in two colors. They are called the Velocity Wave and the Nitro Blaze. We have the 6GB version in the Nitro Blaze color. Now as for the main highlights for this phone comes with a Snapdragon 695 5G processor with an AMOLED display, in-display fingerprint scanner, IP rating, smaller form factor, and pretty good cameras for the price. And just so you know, this phone actually has pretty similar specs and even looks and form factor as the iQOO Z7. I guess the cameras might be slightly different. Let me know if you want to see a camera comparison. With that said, let's get on with the unboxing. So here's the box. It's completely in white. It just says T2 5G and there's the Vivo branding over here. On the back, there's some more highlights, pricing and other information. Now let's unbox it. First there's the phone, followed by barcode stickers, transparent silicone case, some documentation. Next we have 44-watt flash charger, followed by a USB Type-C charging cable and a SIM card ejector tool. Now this is the phone. Let me just remove the covers. Now this is how the phone looks on the back and this is how the phone looks on the front. Now first, let's have a physical overview. On the back side, this phone comes with a 2.5D curved fiberglass with a pretty cool pattern underneath it. It's called the Nitro Blaze color and it has quite a lot of colors. At the top we got the camera module with the primary camera followed by the 2MP camera for taking portrait shots and the single LED flash. And the camera modules do look pretty big. That's followed by the Vivo branding at the bottom. On the front we got the AMOLED display protected by a free screen guard that's pre-applied. We also got a U-shaped notch, which I would say is the only downside, but considering this is an AMOLED display, it's still pretty good. Bezels on the three sides, that top left and right, are pretty symmetric and the chin is quite okay, I would say, considering the price. Now for the sides, on the right side we got the power and volume buttons. They are made of metal and they have a nice clicky feel to them as well. On the top side we got the SIM card tray housing a nano SIM slot along with a hybrid SD card slot. Following that is the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. On the left side it's completely plain. Finally at the bottom we got the audio jack followed by the USB Type-C charging port and the speaker grill. By the way, this phone only comes with a single speaker at the bottom. Now these are the complete specifications of this phone. On the rear, this phone comes with a dual camera setup with a 64MP primary camera with optical image stabilization, followed by a 2MP camera for taking portrait shots. For selfies, we get a 16MP camera with f2.0 aperture. On the front, it has a 6.38-inch AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution, 90Hz screen refresh rate, HDR10+ support, and it has a peak brightness of 1300 nits. Following that is the performance department. This phone sports a Snapdragon 695 5G processor with Adreno 619 GPU with up to 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. In the software department, this phone will be running FunTouch OS 13 based on Android 13. Right now, it has a February 1st security patch. As for battery, this phone comes with a smaller 4500 mAh battery, supports fast charging and also comes with a 44-watt flash charger inside the box. You can charge this phone from 0 to 50% in just about 25 minutes, which is still pretty good. Now with that said, this phone has a thickness of 7.8 mm and weighs just 172 grams. In hand, it fits pretty comfortably. As you can see, it's pretty easy to hold. If you have smaller hands, this is definitely a great addition, and weight distribution has also been done really well. It doesn't feel all that heavy. By the way, you might be wondering that this phone has a smaller battery, but this phone also has a smaller display, so a 4500 mAh battery in a smaller screen is almost equivalent to a 5000 mAh battery with a bigger screen. By the way, if you compare this phone with a similar phone with a 5000 mAh battery and a bigger screen, this phone will perform better. Now this is how the phone looks once we turn it on and set it up. This is the home screen, app drawer, notification panel, settings page, and here's the about page. So this phone is running FunTouch OS 13 based on Android 13 with the February 1st security patch. As for storage, we get about 107GB of space for our user apps and user data, and out of that 6GB of RAM, we get about 2.11GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now here's the camera interface. It looks pretty similar to other phones running FunTouch OS. There's no wide angle mode and there's no macro mode, but we do have a toggle for AI mode, which can further emphasize the colors. On the left side we have the portrait mode, night mode. On the right side we have the video mode, micro movie mode. This is new. That's followed by the more section. We have pretty similar interface even for the front facing camera. Now these are some sample shots. Overall I think the camera performance is pretty good. It does take some great pictures in well lit conditions. Even in low lighting conditions it does a pretty good job. Even the front facing camera does a pretty good job. Now let's test the speakers. Here's a quick audio sample. Next, let's test the biometrics. This phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner, and as you can see, it works really well. Its performance is pretty good. Unlocks the phone within a second. Especially if the display is already on, it works really well. Next, we also got the face unlock feature, and in good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions like this, face unlock works really well. So there you have it. Biometrics also work without any issues. Now these are all the sensors this phone comes with, and it obviously supports dual 4G and dual 5G as well, and these are the 5G bands. Besides that, this phone also comes with Bluetooth version 5.1. Now for some hands-on review, design and build of this phone is definitely top notch. I personally like this boxy design which has been in trend recently for the past couple of years, and besides that I love the AMOLED display. Sunlight legibility is great. I wish it came with a punch hole design, like it would have been more modern. But considering the price and cost to performance ratio and considering other brands which are coming up with LED displays, I guess the U-shaped notch is a compromise, but AMOLED display is definitely pretty impressive. As for the single speaker, it's loud enough for media consumption, ringtones and alarms. Most of the time we do use true wireless headset or Bluetooth headsets, so I don't think a single speaker is going to be a major problem. And as for the cameras, they're definitely pretty good for the price. By the way, iQOO Z7 also comes with similar build, similar specs, except it comes with a MediaTek processor which is launched recently, well compared to 695, and also offers better performance. Here's Z7 by the way. So both phones actually look pretty similar, offers very similar set of features, except Z7 comes with a slightly better and faster MediaTek processor, while the Vivo T2 comes with more reliable Snapdragon processor, at least in terms of people's opinion. So guys, around a price tag of 20,000 rupees, Vivo T2 is definitely a pretty good deal. Do let me know what you think about this phone, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.